Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love and Marriage DC, Season 3, Episode 8.
Listen here, don't ever say we don't love and care about y'all because we brought the portable equipment with us, okay? You ready to get into this, Blair?
I'm ready.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Let's go, Blair.
So, Joy meets up with Winter.
Yeah.
And Winter is trying to figure out how Joy is feeling after everything that's transpired at the Deep Creek trip.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, Winter said that it was her first time that she actually got to hear Joy and Black's side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And Joy, apparently, in Winter's eyes, clammed up when Terry addressed her. And Joy is explaining to Winter, that's not what happened. I put my boundaries up because it wasn't a safe space, and she wanted me to talk about things that I didn't feel comfortable talking about in front of the group.
Yeah.
Winter says she's not trying to get in the middle, but clearly she's trying to get in the middle. And Joy says, by you not knowing someone, they can paint whatever picture of themselves they want.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What do this got to do with Winter?
Absolutely nothing.
I'm confused. Okay, my name is Confusion.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing is, this is between Joy and Black. And from what I heard when they was in that cabin and things of that nature, Joy didn't even share her story. She says, I'm not even going to give you that type of time.
Right.
Because no matter how many times you may try to paint this donkey as a zebra or whatever animal she said, it's still a donkey.
Absolutely.
And I think Winter just automatically just chose a side, and she's going to do whatever she wants to do or say whatever she wants to say to support that side. What did you think of this scene?
I mean, I pretty much agree with you. That's how Winter feels. She just wants to, I feel like, be a part of the main group of the main girls and be on Ashley's side. So she wants to take up that burden for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Yusha spoke up for Joy, and he said that he would probably respond the same way if he was in that same position.
Yeah.
And that frustrated Winter because she feels that Black is more of a friend to you than Joy, so why would you take up for Joy?
Yeah.
And Yusha's response to her was that he was just trying to be fair.
Yeah.
So Joy brings up how Yusha apologized to her, and Joy in the confessional tells us he specifically said, I see you.
That you should apologize to Joy. Wow. Okay.
Winter is confused that he apologized. This is actually her first time in hearing this.
Yeah.
And she is not pleased. To her, it's a red flag.
It's a red flag. Okay.
Joy stresses her boundaries again and says that she is not going to talk about Winter's friends anymore.
Thank you. I'm happy someone is actually being proactive. I'm sorry, Joy, you always gotta be the one that gotta be proactive. No one's there coming to your rescue. But I'm happy someone gotta be proactive to be like, you know what? I'm not doing this. Now, this is what I don't understand about Winter, is that she says, hey, you have an alliance and a friendship with Black. Why are you taking Joy's side? Because maybe I know Black.
Have we thought about that?
Maybe I'm not going to bet on Black.
Maybe he knows the donkey like Joy knows the donkey.
My goodness. I should have had my signs. I would have said, don't bet on Black. You get what I'm saying? What did you think of this scene?
I mean, that's pretty much how I felt. Winter wants to be on the side of the cool girls, and she's not pleased by Yusha because he's being an empathetic, reasonable person.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is there ever a reason or a time that you would feel offended if I was to go behind your back and be like, hey, I was a participant in making you feel uncomfortable. I apologize.
Never.
I see you.
Never. I mean, unless it's somebody that has done something to me.
To you.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I would feel a way like, hey, this person is actually trash. So let's not play nice, you know? But if it's just you saw a wrongdoing and you step in and you just want the person to not feel alone, no, I respect you for the character that you have. But we can talk further deeper into that when they have their one-on-one. Okay. Well, Ashley has Winter, Sherelle, and Arena come over for art therapy, and she teaches them how to do this kind of fluid art, which looked pretty fun. Ashley says she uses it for relaxation. She'd probably stand to do it some more. Okay, Ashley. So Ashley has her book signing coming up, which she's really excited for, and she shares with the ladies that her mom isn't talking to her, and it's been ever since that episode aired, so probably from the seasons before.
I think season 1, I think it was.
Yeah, when her mom... she had her mom on and basically confronted her about her leaving her when she was 16 and basically having Ashley to fend for herself while her mom was living with her boyfriend at the time. Yeah. Yeah. And her mom feels like Ashley hates her.
How do you feel about that? Because I actually have an interesting take on that.
About their relationship?
Yeah, about how ever since that episode aired,
okay,
she said that basically they haven't had a conversation.
Yeah.
That leads me to think, was this the first time you ever tried to have this conversation with your mom?
I just find that hard to believe.
Me too. That's why I'm like,
I feel like Ashley's probably discussed this with her mom or something before.
So,
well, you didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
So basically, I kind of am just going to go by what Ashley says, is that her mom felt exposed.
Yeah.
And might have been embarrassed. Mm-hmm. And she, I guess, I'm thinking, is trying to defend herself in her friend circles and in her family and trying to say that she's not a bad mom. Maybe she just really feels like Ashley, what do they call it? Maybe took advantage of that situation. I don't know the word took advantage, but basically pimped out her story or whatever the case may be.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And that's why I kind of feel what I feel in a way. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like in the middle of the road. Like, I only can take Ashley's word for it because it's her mom, it's her relationship. But I'm like, if her mother's like, she feel exposed. Because throughout that season, if y'all seen season 1, the mother do not agree with Ashley's assessment of how she was raised. She basically was like, you was a bad daughter. I did not abandon you.
And the mom was saying, like, you've had food, you had life, you had everything you needed.
So it's like, I find it very disheartening that, like, they haven't talked since that episode. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I pray that, like, that wasn't the first time Ashley tried to talk to her mom was when there's cameras and Carlos King in the background. You get what I'm saying? Basically. But, like, I find it very hard to believe, especially how outspoken Ashley is, no matter if she whispers it or no matter if she yells it, like, that's the first time the mother, knows how Ashley feels about her upbringing. You get what I'm saying?
Exploiting was the word I was looking for.
Exploiting, thank you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So Sherelle tells Ashley that she's there for her. Mm-hmm. Winter asks, have we gotten to the point to where the Cliftons can be around now? And she said that in a very condescending way. And Arena was like, they were trying to correct her, like, oh, they're the Petties. She's like, I call them the Cliftons.
And this is what I'm talking about, Winter. This is what Blair's talking about. You over here trying to impress and things of that nature, trying to get a hee ha ha out of Ashley, where, like, it's not even your beef to include yourself in. They was the Petties, or I think that's their last name.
Yeah.
They was the Petties when you sent them the invitation for them to come to the cabin.
Yeah.
And things like that. But now you want to pick a side with the least amount of information. You want to try to impress somebody. For what? Because in season 1, everybody was on your neck, everybody was on your back, and now we see how you act when everybody's not on your back. Mm-hmm. You now jump with everybody else to be on somebody else's back.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
And Arena notices it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to make note of that because she doesn't act like this when Joy's around, but she's being really shady around these other girls. Mm-hmm. So Ashley sent Joy a text message because she was confused after Deep Creek when Arena was saying, Joy's in the car, she really wants to talk to you. Mm-hmm. And Ashley says, we can talk when we get back to D.C. They got back to D.C. Ashley didn't hear anything from Joy. So Ashley texted Joy and said, hey, I thought we were going to talk. And Joy basically was telling her, I was going to give you your space and let you come to me whenever you were ready.
Yeah.
And Ashley says that they can meet up. And Joy says, whenever you're ready. It's on your time. That's fine. But Ashley's concerned that they can't continue trying to build or mend a friendship because she no longer likes Clifton.
What is your thoughts about that, babe?
Well, first of all, the whole situation about the texting coming back from Deep Creek, I would expect Ashley to text Joy because you didn't want to talk to Joy.
I was outside in the car for like 35 minutes.
Right. So I don't know why Ashley, because I think Ashley really wants somebody to like kiss her feet or whatever, or her butt or whatever. Because I'm just like, if you're not willing to talk to Joy, why would she call or text you? But I guess because she thinks Joy should be trying to get her good graces.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
But then the thing with Clifton, this Clifton beef is like fake beef to me. Like, I'm just over it. Why do you want to be beefing with a man?
Is
like,
it fake news?
Yeah. I mean, she could very well be angry and upset with him.
Yeah.
But I'm over it, pretty much. What about you?
Yeah, I'm not liking the passive aggressiveness. I'm not liking the undertones in her message because she keep calling this grown man, this heterosexual man, by the way, sassy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And my thing is, she knows what that means. Like, she know what she means when she throw that out there to him. Mm-hmm. Right? And Clifton did not do anything. Mm-hmm. Literally, there's no beef that Clifton done to Ashley.
Yeah.
There's no beef that Joy did to Ashley. Remember, all this started because Ashley broke Joy's trust.
And Joy was upset.
Ashley didn't like how Joy was upset. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And then it just went back and forth from there. This really has nothing to do with Clifton. So the idea that she feels comfortable enough to later down in the scenes be like, I'm not a bully, but to call this heterosexual man sassy, she know what she's trying to throw out there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And you're not being clever with it.
No.
You're not being clever at all.
Yeah. Well, next scene, Jamie meets up with the counselor.
I like this scene.
And he's talking to the counselor and saying that his son, Lil Jamie, is working now, and he's like on a positive trajectory. Yeah. Jamie also invited a bunch of his retiree police friends, and they have a session with this counselor. So the lady who was there opens up and tells everyone that she was projecting her stress onto the people working with her. Yeah. So she needed counseling for the last 4 years of her career. Then they talk about how, like, their wives would pretty much ask them to be the bad guy when it came to disciplining their kids, and really not taking any role in that. And for the men who were disciplining their kids, they're coming from a police mindset. So in a way, the way they explained it to the counselor, it sounded like it might be overkill when it came to the discipline because they were in such a heightened state all the time. Jamie says he still has this dream to where he has his gun and it won't shoot. And a lot of the other people say that they have the same dream. Yeah. The woman decided not to become a mother because of the demands of the job.
That's sad.
And she just didn't see how she could bring a child into an equation like that. And she commends the men for being able to have kids. But when I heard her say that, I was just like, it's a lot different being a mother with children than a father with children.
Yeah. And so, in some ways, just to speak on that before you go any further.
Right.
You can look at that in two ways. It's all depending on your perspective. You can look at her as that's sad. You can look at it as that's responsible in some ways because she knew within herself that, hey, this job takes 100% of my time. I can't be cheating my kid. You get what I'm saying? Robbing them of a full parent experience because I'm over here balancing. So it's based on how you view it. Of course, when I was watching, I was like, Dad, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, I commend her for one, even sharing that. Yeah. And I commend her for even knowing herself and being like, I wouldn't have been probably the best parent and the best cop at the same time. Right. Something would have fell between the crack. And not being the best parent, I don't know how much of that is a life risk compared to not being a good cop.
To be distracted on the job as a police officer.
So like
that's scary.
I commend her, and I hope that she's at peace with that decision that she made. That she don't feel no regret, shame, or guilt by that decision. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, driving down the streets of D.C., a lot of them can agree that they remember certain events and crimes that have happened when they're going down the street. And that just made me think, like, driving down D.C., for me, I could think of places I've been to in my 20s, hanging out with my friends and all these positive memories. Yeah. But on every street or every corner they look at, they can think of a tragedy. And that's just like a wild, like, dichotomy right there to me. So the lady cop, I'm sorry, I don't remember these people's names. Okay. But she said that she experiences anxiety every time she goes by police headquarters. It took one guy 6 months to decompress after he retired. And Jamie, sometimes he feels like antsy, like he needs to do something, like he is used to confrontation every day. Yeah. So when he's confronted with the situation, he automatically goes into confrontation mode and gets stuck in his ways. Well, the counselor says with men, especially men who are police officers, they put it on you that you're supposed to handle everything. Men already aren't supposed to cry, but as a police officer, like, you really have to have it all together, which is just isn't true.
Facts.
Jamie then asked everyone how their drinking habits have been, and honestly, I don't think people will probably admit that they have an issue on camera.
They're like, whoa, buddy.
but one guy said that's a good discussion to bring about, and the counselor says that alcoholism and suicide is very high amongst police officers.
And here's the thing about that, right? I think in that scene or that statement, I think Jamie was trying to give us a little glimpse of how he's dealing with things.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, do anybody else got a... Mm-hmm. Oh, no? Oh, okay. Me neither. You get what I'm saying?
Well, he's like, I don't have no problems at home, but when I'm out, I can
get a little carried away.
I can try to tape it myself.
Yeah. So, like, one of my best friends and things like that, a brother from another mother, he's a cop. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So, and he expressed how much it is important for him to go to work with a clear mind and things like that. And he's a cop in Baltimore, you know? So it's just hearing these stories and actually seeing how they supposed to made it. This is supposed to be a celebratory thing about them retiring as cops. They supposed to be celebrating that they made it to the other side.
Yes.
But really on the other side, it's just gloom.
It's stress, anxiety.
Yeah. So it's like...
tragic thoughts, nightmares. Yeah, that's a lot.
I would think that if I was a cop for 20 plus years and I don't got to roam the streets anymore, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Now I can start life. But now they have a whole nother post-retirement thing that they have to deal with. In the comments below, because I have a reoccurring dream. If y'all have a reoccurring dream that y'all keep having, no matter what dream it is, tell us what that dream is. Because I have a reoccurring dream. Every year, it doesn't fail. I always have this recurring dream that I didn't graduate high school.
That one sucks.
Every year, every year, at least twice a year, I'm having a dream that I'm waking up and I have no diploma. I'm like, what I'm gonna do with my life? And mind you, I'm not the age that I was back in the day, like 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, your current age.
I'm current age, and I'm like, I ain't got a diploma. What am I going to do in my life? And then, you know, I come back to my senses where I'm like, oh, it's that dream again. But it feels real every time.
That's really scary.
Yes.
Woo. Wake up in a sweat.
Listen here. If it's true, subscribe, okay? Because I need a job, okay? Let's go.
Well, Joy FaceTimes her event planner.
Hello.
She was going to have like an outdoor party, but they're actually going to try to find inside venue for her to have it. Okay. It's supposed to be some type of like island vacation type situation.
Okay.
Joy talks to Clifton and shares that she got a text from Ashley that they're going to have this conversation. But the issue has moved from Joy and Ashley to Clifton and Ashley,
which is crazy.
And Joy says what's happening between the women is now affecting the men, and it's really unfair because the guys really don't have an issue, but Quick has an issue based off of his wife's story.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I was Clifton, I have an issue with Quick.
Yeah,
I have a big issue with Alberto, but you know, nevertheless.
Right. Well, Joy doesn't want the group to keep being separated, and she really wants them to be in a place of peace and where everyone is welcoming to them.
And even in this scene, when she was telling her husband Joy that, hey, I'm going to meet up with Ashley, he didn't have nothing sassy to say. No. He didn't have nothing mean to say.
He didn't give her no rolling eyes or nothing.
He didn't get no mean-spirited. He straight didn't hear the name and went, he just went, good luck with your conversation.
Yeah.
Because Joy was expressing to Clifton, her husband, that I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't know what the issue is. And, like, just because you mad at me doesn't mean I have to be mad at you. Clifton looked like he's past it. Like, he's not even thinking about it.
Yeah, I think they're both probably just like, what is wrong with this girl?
Yeah, pretty much.
So Ashley is at home working on her audiobook.
Facts.
It's been emotionally triggering for her.
Okay.
Reading the book out loud. Her mom's still not talking to her. So it's a lot of things that she's still currently going through and trying to heal from. The mom apparently is in denial about leaving Ashley when she was 16.
Yeah.
And the mom, she's saying, is upset because there is this public opinion out about her now.
Hey, man, listen. I can see it from both ends of the spectrum, to be honest. I can really see it as, hey, you really wasn't a good mom. Well, hell, you ain't got to tell everybody. You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like, I really can see it from both ends of the spectrum. Hopefully they find peace.
Yeah. Well, Yusha comes by Winter's house. Winter said the meetup with Joy was awkward. And Winter thinks Yusha is the fan club president of Joy and Clifton.
That's that passive aggressive stuff.
Yeah. Winter asks Joy, when she had her meetup, if she could acknowledge that Black would want to defend himself because you were questioning his character. And she did acknowledge that. And Yusha said that when she brings up this whole apology situation, he said that he really just acknowledged her. It wasn't so much of an apology.
Yeah.
And Winter says that made her feel away.
Whoa.
Yusha talked to Joy the morning after the argument, and he acknowledged she didn't feel safe and pretty much was sorry that she had to experience that. Winter says, you can give Joy the benefit of the doubt, but you wouldn't do that for me. You hold me accountable and you don't listen to how I feel.
What?
And Yusha's always going to call her higher. He says he empathized with Joy just as a empathetic person.
Yeah.
But he says, you've been by yourself and I'm hearing you. And now that you're with somebody, you don't want to feel like you're still by yourself.
Listen here, man.
You take it away.
Listen here.
Because I'm just like, I can't with her.
I'm going to tell y'all what I told my wife, right? There are some women out there who don't want their men to respect women. They want their men to respect them. And any respect that you give to another woman is disrespect to them. So the fact that she made herself the victim, where she's not even in the discussion, where she's not even in the confrontation, where she's not even in the disagreement, beef, whatever you want to call it.
And she really don't know
She don't know nobody. She barely know Yusha, because I think this was their first Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So I'm like, you really don't know nobody that you're speaking of. So it's kind of like I gave the example of, like, some people can be so petty in the sense of, if I hold the door for my wife, I'm holding the door because I believe that, hey, as a man, I made it to the door. I'm going to hold the door for a woman. The woman just so happens to be my wife. If there's a woman behind my wife, I'm not going to shut the door behind my wife and be like, you open the door for yourself, you know. Yeah. No, she views what Yusha did as disrespect to her. Run. You need to run, because she's not viewing how you treat her, or she's not viewing you or your personality, Yusha, of how respectable you are or how respectable you may show yourself to be on the show, and how you, even when it didn't even affect Yusha, but the fact that he'd be like, you know what, I participated in making you feel uncomfortable, I see you. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with Winter.
At all.
And I think she thinks that everything that Yusha does have to do with her. And I'm like, no, he got some things that he does that is strictly off of his character and how he was raised up. And Winter just being immature, and she comes off as a tryhard. Like, this scene just came off as a tryhard, as if, like, she ain't got nothing going on and things of that nature. So she's just going to make a scene up about you apologizing to another woman, making her feel uncomfortable. I see that as disrespect. Why? Because when I feel some type of way, you don't come and defend me. He's like, I call you higher.
Yeah.
Like Blair said. This is what Blair said. You get what I'm saying? I don't know what Yusha sees in Winter based on the characteristics we see on the show.
The only thing I really have to say is, at least for me, and I hope a lot of people would do this, is when looking for a partner or somebody you want to spend your life with, is to look at the character of that person. And character doesn't only extend to you, it extends to how they treat their friends, strangers, waitresses, bosses,
people who are less
the janitor.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, the character of somebody extends to every person they encounter and touch in their lives.
Facts.
And I think it is crazy to see somebody being empathetic and just a decent human being to another person and take it as an offense.
I don't know.
And really take it as an offense, as though now the thing is, if Winter had this issue to where she felt like Yusha wasn't sensitive to her, don't conflate the issues.
No.
Bring that up another time. Honestly, I don't even know why we're talking about his apology to Joy.
In the first place. Facts.
But anyway, I want to move on. This is making my skin itch.
Okay.
So, Joy and Ashley meet up.
This ain't me, my skin itch. Okay.
So, Ashley feels awkward and thinks maybe this isn't worth the effort. Ashley says, the last thing you said to me is we're enemies, and you also said you didn't trust me. Joy says the issue is that we don't know each other well, and it's growing pains of getting to know each other.
Okay.
Joy tells her things that were said at the Christmas party were hurtful and probably should have never been said. And Ashley said if we had a conversation before that, we probably would have been fine. And I think they probably would have if she wouldn't have just popped up at her house, honestly.
I agree. We did criticize Joy for that.
Yeah. And Joy tells Ashley that trust can be broken, but it can also be mended and earned. And Ashley did apologize for breaking her trust again.
Yeah.
And Joy accepts the apology. Joy apologizes for anything that made Ashley feel any kind of way. Joy would rather move forward being honest. She would prefer they communicate on how they feel. And Joy says she genuinely F's with Ashley, and Ashley really does like Joy. But she can't get with Clifton.
Whoa.
Ashley says, Quick has issues with Clifton because I have an issue with Clifton. And Joy's like, we saw how much anger you had when you were coming for us, and we really don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And Ashley tells her, Clifton is a mean girl. Clifton is sassy. Clifton has all these issues. And that's where we end.
Here's the thing about it. She said, a lot of people say I'm a bully. I'm not a bully. That's what she said. She said, people call me a mean girl, but I can recognize a mean girl, and Clifton's a mean girl. Joy, I'm going to ask you a question. How many times you let this woman call your husband a mean girl or sassy? I'm not saying put your hands on her, but I'm just saying I'm not giving you, Ashley, you know what? I do like you, Ashley, when you episode after episode after episode disrespect my husband.
And that's the whole character thing to me, too. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and tell somebody I F with them when they sit up here and are insulting somebody I love and care deeply about.
Yeah.
I don't F with you.
No, I don't. It just is what
I can't. Like, you talk crazy about the people closest to me. That's wild.
We have a great community that we're growing and cultivating on YouTube and things like that with these review shows. There will never be a situation that someone's going to criticize my family and then I'm going to heart the comment.
So we doing fake subliminals over here, like against each other. Like what?
No. If you insult me, or if you insult my family, you insult me. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't understand Joy giving her that. You know what? I do like you, Ashley.
Yeah.
When episode after episode after episode, you've been disrespecting my husband.
And my thing is, I also want to point that we're talking about objective disrespect. We're not talking about subjective disrespect. Objectively, you calling my husband sassy and a mean girl
as a heterosexual
will not make me F with you.
Exactly. Stop it. Now to get to Ashley, let me tell you how scared she is.
Yeah, she was really nervous.
Because she talked about she's nervous. No, you're scared, right? And then she says something like, Clifton tried to intimidate me. No, you was intimidated.
You were intimidated. Nobody did anything to you.
I can read between the lines. You get what I'm saying? Somebody says something, and I wish I can give them their credit. So because I don't remember their name, I'm not gonna take the credit, but I'm gonna try to say it right.
Okay.
They said that in Ashley's relationship, she asserts dominance.
Okay.
She make it known that she's dominant. You get what I'm saying? Between Quick and herself. Quick make it known that, hey, that's my wife. Let her go off. That's my wife. It is what it is. What she said, she felt this way. She dominant. Clifton, he exudes. Is it exudes?
Yes.
He exudes dominance without saying it. You get what I'm saying? He's a big black man. You get what I'm saying? He's going to tower over everybody there. Something about his dominance that he didn't have to say it, that he don't have to wear it on his chest.
Challenges hers.
Right? She felt challenged by his dominance because real dominance walked in the room.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's why she tried to meet his dominance by saying, I used to fight big girls like you all the time.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Ain't nobody fighting. Just like Joy saying, how we get to I don't know if it was in the previous, but how are we going to get from having a discussion and an argument to fighting? Like, what are you talking about? But nobody's fighting.
But like she's feeling threatened, so she's like in fight or flight. Where really Clifton just standing there.
Yeah.
He just like, can I lean? Lean to the right, lean to the left. And she's like,
take it back now, y'all.
You know what, Clifton? You ain't gonna loom over me because you know why? I fought big girls like you all the time. And he's like, I'm not trying to fight you.
Exactly.
So, like, Ashley is seeing ghosts because her dominance or whatever dominance she thought she had is fake and it was challenged. And guess what? He didn't try to intimidate you. You felt intimidated.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel intimidated. It's okay to feel that way. Why are you challenging him in that way?
And maybe that's why she lashed out, because she felt a weak emotion. Yeah. And maybe she realizes I'm not a weak person, so I'm going to pop off like I always do. But just because you feel, just like what Winter was saying, it's okay to have emotions. You're human.
You ain't no gangster.
If you feel intimidated, if you feel scared, or whatever the case may be, that's fine. You know? But I don't know. I'm not trying to psychoanalyze the lady. I don't know.
No, we really not.
Yeah, I really have no clue.
Because really, at the end of the day, it is a weak emotion to go off of that and go off like this bag, like, oh, I cannot get along with your husband. And then it's so crazy how she wrote quick into this, right? And then when Joy apologizes and they try to come on some level ground, she now going to use her little pawn as like, well, you know, I can never be cool with Clifton because my husband got a problem with Clifton. When did your husband have a problem with Clifton? After you had a problem with Clifton?
Right.
So, like, even in her dominance or her fake power, she don't even exude it right. She over here just, like, she just using people as pawns in her own chess game. Nobody's playing with her.
And my thing is, even the point to where she sat down with Joy.
Yeah.
And she was like, this is awkward. Is this not awkward? And Joy looked so at peace.
Yeah.
She was sitting there and she was just basically like, I'm here to talk.
Yeah. That's fine.
I'm here to hear you out, and so we can move on and fix this thing.
Yeah.
But Ashley was really uncomfortable because honestly, I feel like she knows she don't really have a reason to be mad.
And she knows she ain't dominant, man. She knows she's not. It's a fake facade. Within our hard shell is somebody soft inside. Someone like you said in the earlier scene about how she called herself a little gangster. I ain't gonna get emotional. That's who you are.
Yeah.
And what you're doing more effort in trying to hide who you are than actually being who you are. And now you got people disliking you about this person that you built up. We don't even know who the real Ashley is.
Yeah.
And really, I don't care to know, to be honest.
No.
And with Joy, my only beef with Joy, and then we out of here, is that Joy, you shouldn't have gave her that, you know what, I like you. You can't like somebody that disrespect your family.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not your husband. You can't disassociate yourself from disrespect to your closest family member.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like this is me, and she, and like we are each other.
Yeah.
So if you disrespect her, you disrespect me. That's my family. So that's my only beef with Joy. Anything else you want to share on this episode?
No.
Listen here, man. We took a time out. We gave y'all 30 minutes of good content. I think in return, well, I'm not asking for $1. I'm just asking for a subscription. Subscribe to the show. Like the show. The episode doesn't end when the video stops. It ends when y'all stop commenting.
All right.
So leave a comment. Anything else?
That's it.
Y'all be good.
Bye.